Yo, yo, yo.
How we doing? Hey.
Just to give everybody an idea of what this is. We just started this today, actually. We're pretty much, actually, before I go there, to give you a background of what our business looks like, we have a meeting pretty much every day. And we go over deals. We go over how we're going to close other deals. We go over call calibrations, role plays, everything in this kind of like hour time block. We figure out what is going on in the business, how we get more deals done. That's essentially what we're doing here. And we do this every day. And I decided, hey, why don't we just give people some value and show what we're doing on the day to day? Felipe, do you think people are going to get some value out of this?
Oh, 100%. I think they can get like the inside scoop on what an actual business looks like through the inside and not just through the creator side.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the behind the doors and what the workers are actually doing.
Yeah, pull back the curtains and see exactly what this shit really is about and how it's not super, super sexy.
Exactly.
By the way, this is one of my sales reps, Felipe. Felipe is a freaking savage. He's a beast on the phones, and he crushes it for us. So mainly on these calls, it's just me and Felipe going over our deals and how we get things over the edge and all that stuff. So just essentially just an update on the day. With that being said, the first update that I got to give you, Felipe, is to put in the notes for the appointment that I just went on exactly what to do for the follow-up. So I went to this property. The property is worth $550,000. So if you want to put in the notes, the ARV is $550,000.
Okay.
You know what property I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do. Let me just find it real quick.
All right. Yeah, the sellers they're super interesting, bro. They're full-blown hustlers, dog. They went to the flea market.
Yeah, she told me she works at the flea market, so I was like, oh, I already know she's good at negotiating.
Dog, that's like real life hustle right there. I used to do that. I don't know if I told you this before, but I used to go to the flea market, right? Pick up these like replica Super Bowl rings.
Yep.
They were $15. I used to get them at wholesale price. I buy like 5 at a time for like $15 a pop. I would sell them online for like $150. I'm not lying.
Damn.
There was one dude, I had one guy who would buy all of them off me. He was like a fiend, bro. And he would hit me up every single week. And he'd be like, bro, you got more rings. You got more rings. And I'm like, holy crap. I mean, I told him that they're replicas. They're not real rings, right? Like, real ring would cost thousands of dollars. But he would hit me up every single week. And the first time that I encountered him, I put it on Facebook. He reaches out to me, and he's like, hey, bro, I'm really interested in these rings. The thing was, he would not send me the money unless I sent it to him first. He's like, once I receive it, I will give you the money. Obviously, in my head, I'm like, dude, this freaking knucklehead on Facebook is about to get me for one of my rings. He's not paying me.
Yep.
So I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, I paid $15 for this freaking thing. Why don't I just send it out and see what happens? I send it out. And what do you know? He, like 2 or 3 days later, he hits me up. Hey, man, I got the ring. Thank you so much. Where do I send the money? And he sent the money. I'm like, holy crap. I just kept doing it literally every single week. It was gangster, bro. Just like you had like a couch flipping business, right?
Yeah, if nobody knew I was getting couches for free on the Facebook Marketplace, clean them up and just sell them for like $200, $500 a pop.
Straight freaking gangster. Yeah, these sellers, they've owned I guess, it's like a business over there at the flea market. They've been there for like 42 years. But I went to the property, and they were using the property because they left that property, and they were using this property as their storage pretty much for the past like 4 years. So I go in there, and it's filled with freaking stuffed animals and all these things that they sell at the flea market. Pretty cool. Anyways, the property, the only buyer there is an investor. So it's a cash deal all day. There's two options that I kind of left them with. So their decision making process was, hey, I'm not making a decision today. He made it very well known to me that he wasn't trying to make a decision in the beginning of the meeting. So what I did there is I wasn't going to beat him up on that. I wasn't going to push on him so much. I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. It's cool. You got to do what you got to do. How are you making your decision? Oh, well, we have a couple different buyers, people coming in that are calling off the phones that want to come see the property as well. So Felipe, what do you think I'd do in a situation like that? When somebody's like, hey, I'm not making a decision with you today, I don't care. There's nothing I can do because I have to listen to these other buyers and at least see what they're going to pay for it. What is there's a couple things you could do, but what do you think I did in this situation?
Honestly, I think you brought him to reality and said that most of the people calling are probably invalid buyers and they're just trying to like lock up people, but aren't doing it ethically and just, they're all talk and they probably won't even show up to the property. You just basically just told them, like, be careful who you talk to. Even though it's ironic that we talked on the phone. Not everyone is like us.
Exactly. So that's what I did. And I just instilled doubt in the other buyers because it's honestly true. Most people that are calling and texting don't know what the heck they're doing. And they will put these poor people in a bad position. Tell them that they give them a freaking $1 million for their property when realistically they will never find a buyer for that. Here's the thing. We buy houses as well, right? Like, just because our intentions might be to wholesale a property, at the end of the day, we will never put something under contract that we won't perform on. See what I mean?
Exactly.
But a lot of wholesalers will not do that. A lot of wholesalers will look at it and they'll say, I'd maybe find a buyer at that. Screw it. Let me lock it up and see what I can do. And they put the seller in a bad position. And it's kind of fucked up. Not even kind of, it is fucked up. Where really I would feel better if they went out to their buyers beforehand and told them, hey, I'm willing to, I have this deal at whatever, where would you be at? And they solidify a buyer in place before they lock it up. That's more ethical. You see what I mean? So I wouldn't mind if somebody did that. It makes total sense. But don't lock somebody up without your buyer in place, without you knowing that either you can perform on it or you have the buyer in place. Right. And my guy Mike said they don't have a tool belt. They don't have no creative finance. So like I was saying, I gave him a second option. So I planted the seed. I said, hey, we're probably going to be around this number. I can't give you an exact offer until I go underwrite it and all these things. Realistically, I could have if I knew that they were ready to make the decision, but I'm not going to do that. So I tell them, hey, we're going to be somewhere around this range. Once you guys are ready to make the decision, I'll give you the hard offer. I'll send over the paperwork and we can get this thing done together. But I do want to let you know I have another option where we can potentially get you a higher number. And I planted the seed. I didn't force it and go down the rabbit hole of what everything looked like. I just said, hey, we have another option that where if you wait a few months for the money, we're able to get you a higher number for the property. Essentially, I was pitching an ovation, but I didn't go down the rabbit hole. Why? Why do you think I didn't go down the rabbit hole with it?
Oh, because it's not worth you just going into the weeds with everything we provide. It's good just to break the ice with what we have. Because if we give them everything all at once, they're just going to lose interest because it's going to sound like it's a lot of work.
And it's just too much. It's too much in their brain.
Yeah, too much to intake, especially when someone doesn't understand real estate as much as we do.
And at the end of the day, they're going to be thinking about that in the back of their brain, right? Yep. They're going to be thinking about, I wonder what the other option is before they go sign with somebody else. Then I also let it be known, like, hey, whether we do a deal or not, I would love to at least look over an agreement that you have with another buyer. Can you please make a promise to not make any moves without telling me? Because I want to treat you guys like my family, and I want to show you if they're a valid buyer. If they're above my price, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm not here to steal somebody's deal. They can take it. But I don't want you guys to be caught up in a bad position. And it's freaking true. Like that's really what I want to provide. I want to provide a service to show people that, people can really do this business in an ethical way. So with that being said, can you put in the notes to give them a call in 1 week to check in and see how they're doing with the other offers?
Okay. So did you already give them somewhat of an offer?
Yeah, and then in the notes, here I'm going to text you in the private chat the offer. We'll call it a preliminary offer. So that was the offer, and then 550 is ARV, and it needs $70K worth of work.
Okay.
So 550 ARV, $70K worth of work. At the end of the day, there's no other buyer for that besides the cash investor or an investor that's going to do some sort of creative finance. The thing I liked about it, bro, is that they had a real estate agent that they're working with, and the real estate agent was fully transparent with them and told them, like, yeah, don't put this on the market. Just go find an investor to buy it.
Cool. So is the agent still part of this whole thing?
Yeah, so I'm going to try to get the agent. And there's another thing, right? We want to find all the decision makers. So there's like multiple decision makers in this process. There's the real estate agent that's helping them out on it, and there's 3 siblings.
Okay.
So I told them, hey, actually write that in the notes too. Schedule a call for the siblings so all of us can hop on a call together, because I told her, hey, I'm going to have my team reach back out to you guys, and when somebody reaches out, we can schedule a call for me, you, and all the other siblings to hop on the phone to hash out any questions.
Okay, 550 ARV, call in a week to check for the other offers, and talk to the siblings. Schedule a call with the siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. Got that down. How do you feel about your offer?
Yeah, it's good. Like, I'm where they want to be.
Perfect. Yeah, the agent actually really helped us.
I'm also going to the flea market to say what's up to them.
You gotta buy some food.
Yeah, dog, you gotta.
Which one? Which one was it? What town? What flea market? The one in Raham?
Renham. Yeah.
Renham. I think I've been there. It's big.
Right? What do you got for me today, bro?
Man, I got some questions. So, I'm not sure if you saw have you seen what I sent you today? You don't have to look at it. I'm just asking.
No.
Okay. So the guy with the lot, right, with the 2-family buildable lot,
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him today. I got his number. He is looking at a $80,000 purchase price or purchase for just the lot. I don't know where we are in numbers. I don't know if that's a good price for us, if that's too much for a lot.
Oh yeah. I did see this. So essentially at the end of the day, all we need to know is he has a lot that he wants to sell for $80K. We got to see if it's a deal or not.
Exactly.
I called the city of Providence today and didn't get an answer. So I'm going to call them and see exactly what it looks like for us to build on it. If it's buildable, then we'll move forward and try to shop it out to a couple of buyers and see what it looks like. On their end, I could tell you I already looked at comps, and 80 sounds super high. I think we're going to be more near like 40 or 50K. But Let me do some work on it. I'll be honest, I am not that good when it comes to land. So whenever it comes to land, I have a couple land guys that I deal with, and I just send it out to them. I get all the information I can. Is it buildable? What can we put on there? All that stuff. And then I send it out to a buyer that I know, and I say, hey, bro, what do you think about this? Where would you have to be? And that's how I get it. Dude, this is going back to the beginning of
what you said.
You see what I'm saying? I
Yep.
know my numbers when it comes to a single family flip, and I can fix and flip a single family flip. I have the lenders, I have the contractors, I have everything in place to do that. I can perform on that. When it comes to a land deal, I don't know my numbers as well. So what I do is I go reach out to people that do. Just like people should be doing on a single family fix and flip. If they don't know the numbers, they should be going out to buyers and figuring out where they would be at.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, here's the thing, bro. The number that you can sell it at is only a number that a buyer will buy it at. So on these single family flips, I am a buyer. I know what I can buy. And I know if I will buy it at a price, pretty much every other investor will buy it at a price because we have the same buy boxes. So it makes sense.
Okay.
So yeah, I put it in my task to follow up with the city tomorrow. I'll follow up with them and figure out whether or not it's buildable. Usually what I'll do is before doing that, I'll go on the town's website really quick and look at the zoning laws and see what needs to be what there needs to be for frontage and for square footage on the lot to see what can be built there. So let's just say it says minimum frontage is 100 feet. Okay, I'm going to go look at that lot and see if the frontage is 100 feet. What frontage is the space between, it's a space on the road. So here's the road. Okay, here's the house. Here's the lot. It's what touches the road from end to end.
Yep.
So if this is 100 feet and that's what the minimum requirement is, boom, we have enough frontage. And then also the square footage of the lot. What's the square footage of the whole lot? There's a minimum there. So if those two requirements are met, the next thing is we got to figure out if there's some wetlands or stuff like that. So usually I'll just go on and look on the town's website and look at the maps and see what it looks like. And once I qualify it as something that's buildable, then I'll reach out to a buyer and see where they have to be at. But for this particular one, I was going on Providence's website and I'm like, all right, there's like way too much shit on this website. I'm good. Let me just call somebody who knows, who can give me an answer much quicker.
Yep. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, if you know the people, that's all you need to know. Because even if you don't know, I know you can find the answer at least.
Mm-hmm. So for that one, I'll take care of it. And once I have a number for you, I'll put the task back to you to try to lock it up at that number.
Okay. Got it. Another one. This one's actually kind of cool. We might have to get Beth and CJ onto this to see if you could work with us. That buyer that we have in Avon, I'm sorry, not buyer, the seller we have in Avon wants to possibly buy one of our flips or one of the deals we got that's in Plymouth.
Okay.
Once it's done. So once it's ready to sell, he wants to potentially put an offer in before anyone else.
Okay.
Now, if we could communicate with the cash buyer to see if we could give him just the first try, that would be amazing.
Don't know who that is. Say that again.
I was going to say, if we could communicate with the cash buyer, if once everything is set, if everything's going according to plan, I would like to maybe get Beth and CJ to talk to the cash buyer to see if we could get someone to give an offer once it's ready to sell.
Okay. So why do they want to sell the property, and what does the selling process for them look like, and why does us finding a house for them help the situation?
Well, one, they're selling because the house is too big for them. They can't maintain it. It's just too much work.
So
I'm not sure.
the house needs work.
Not really. The house is pretty much it's. They're actually in a legal court case, and they have to let the contractor finish the work within this month. For some reason, like he has to finish. They try to fight it off, but legally, the judge gave the contractor 1 month to finish the job on whatever he has to do.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to be able to get this deal because he took out equity from his home and now he's going to owe $400,000 and ARV is around 500. So this is all new. This just happened like this week.
Oh, I know what property you're talking about. The one that needs a septic.
Yes, I'm not sure if you already did the septic, but yes.
Okay, so tell me again what you just said, so I have a full understanding.
Okay. For us to get on his side, he owes $400,000 because he recently took out money, equity out of his home.
Okay.
He's in a court case with the contractor, and the judge gave the contractor 1 month to finish whatever he has to do.
Okay, so he hired a contractor to do the work.
Yes.
And the contractor was probably dragging his feet or did some BS or whatever the case happened with the contractor and the homeowner, and ended up in some sort of legal system. Now the judge told the contractor he has X amount of days to finish the work, and then he'll get paid.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So this was the guy that wanted to do a sub 2 and wanted us to put down 230,000, but he possibly doesn't want to do that anymore since of what just happened, and he took out equity from his house. So I don't think there will be a deal with us, a cash deal. Well, I know a cash deal probably won't work. The reason why I'm bringing this up to you is that he wants to buy a house in Plymouth, and if
forget the house in Plymouth for a second. Talk about the property. Like, what does he need out of the property?
He needs
in order to sell it.
Oh, in order to sell it, like 500 plus to sell.
So he wants over 500 for the property.
Yep, he wants pretty much retail for the property.
Okay, and once the contractor finishes, is it going to be retail ready, or is it going to need the septic and all that?
From my understanding, it will be retail ready.
Okay, well, I'll go back to the seller and figure out, hey, what does it look like once the contractor finishes? Are you still going to have to do work? And if you are, do you, in order to put it on the market and get retail, if you are going to have to still do work, do you have the bandwidth to do that? So that's one thing.
Yeah, I see.
Because at the end of the day, if the contractor is going to go in there and finish the work and it's going to be retail ready, and he could just list it on the market, then his best bet is just listing on the market. But if his contractor finishes whatever work that he has to finish and it doesn't get the property retail ready, like there has to be a septic that needs to be done, and he doesn't have the bandwidth to do it, then we can do something creative.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna write this stuff down so I don't forget when I have to call him again. He honestly, on his point of view, he doesn't want the contractor to finish. He does not like the contractor. He wants him to get out of his house. But legally, he has to let him finish, or at least attempt.
Yeah, attempt to let him finish, and then if he doesn't finish or he finishes and he still needs stuff that needs to be done to the property in order to sell it on the market, he doesn't have the bandwidth to do that, or it would help if we came in and just did it, then we can help him out. We could potentially take the property over sub 2, even though you said he just refinanced, right? He got a cash out refinance.
Yep.
So he took the equity out. This is actually good. He took the equity out and now owes 400 grand.
Yeah, he owes around 400 grand.
Okay, he owes around 400 grand. So what we would do is we would just take that $400,000 over sub two, give him a down payment, finish up the work, and rent it out. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. On all
Especially
that.
if we're able to find him another house. But question, why does he want to sell it? Why doesn't he just want to finish the work and live in it?
Because it's too big for him. He just can't maintain the big house lifestyle.
Okay.
It's just him and his wife.
Okay.
He's already
All
having
right,
a tough time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go back to him and tell him and ask him what it looks like once the contractor finishes the work. And if the contractor finishes the work, is it going to be ready for you to just sell on the market, or are you going to have to do other things? And if you do have to do other things, are you able to do that?
Okay, 1 second.
Because just because he got the refinance doesn't mean that we can't take it down sub two. It actually helps us in this case because he got a big chunk of change that he can probably go use for a down payment somewhere else. See what I mean? So
now I see what you mean. Okay, that makes sense now.
yeah, he pulled out a bunch of cash, got a new loan, now owes 400 grand. So now he has a bunch of money in his pocket from the refinance that he pulled out that he can now go put down on another house, which helps us out, which is actually a freaking great idea. We should have thought of that earlier for him.
For what? What was it?
We should have thought about that earlier for him. It's called a cash out refinance.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about. Okay.
So he gets all that money in the form of a loan, doesn't have to pay taxes on it, and we take over that refinance loan subject to give him a down payment towards the rest of his equity, and then owe him. Let's just say we give him a down payment of $25,000, and he wants 500 grand. We would then pay him over time for $75,000 of his equity. So there'd be two payments. There'd be a payment towards his $75,000 equity, and there would be a payment towards the refinance loan of 400. And as long as those two allow us to still cash flow, then the deal makes sense. So if those add up and we're still able to rent it out over whatever that number is, then the deal makes sense for us. If the cash on cash return makes sense.
Okay. Let me just make sure I got these notes right. This is me asking him.
Yeah, but let's role play it. Let's role play it.
No, but let me just make sure I remembered it.
Okay.
It was will the house be ready to sell on the market once the contractor is done?
Mm-hmm.
And if not, will you be able to finish the rest?
Yep.
Okay. Am I missing anything that you said?
Just get that info and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But, okay, and then at that, okay, would you need help with the rest of the work?
Yep.
Would it help if somebody did the rest of the work for you?
Okay.
Or what are your plans on getting the rest of the work done once the contractor is out of there? Okay. So if you want to role play it, let's role play it.
Do it.
I will be Mike the seller. Ring, ring. Hello?
Hello, is this Mike?
Hey, what up?
Mike, it's Felipe. How you been, brother?
Oh, good, Felipe. How you doing?
I'm good. How's that contractor working out with you?
Oh, dude, you know I freaking can't stand this contractor, but I mean, I don't know. I think he's finishing. It sounds like he should be finishing next week.
Awesome. That's good to hear. At least he's doing something, not just dragging his feet.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just thinking, once this contractor is done, is the house gonna be retail ready?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, the judge just wants him to finish what we told him to do. And then once he finishes what we told him to do, he is getting out of there. Essentially, he wants his money. And the judge said, yeah, you have an opportunity to finish so you can get your money. But at the end of the day, it's still going to need a septic.
Oh, got it. And how do you plan on doing that?
Great. That's a great question. I mean, I pulled out a lot of the equity from this refinance loan. I don't know if we want to use that money for like a down payment on another house or for what. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, got it. I mean, would you need help? Like, would it help if someone just came in, possibly partnered up with you to finish this septic?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What do you mean? You guys would just do the septic for me?
We could potentially do that. We could partner up, put our personal capital in the house.
Okay.
Mm.
And then what do I get out of it? How do you guys make money?
Got it. Well, what we were thinking of is if we would put that, fix up the house, and then we did that thing we talked about, that subject to. I'm not sure if you remember. We inherit the loan.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And if the numbers work out for me and for you, I mean, I don't see what's stopping us.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have just an idea of what's going on, but I'm kind of catching your drift. Yeah, I mean, if you guys could help us with the septic, we're willing to entertain pretty much anything.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to take a look at it and see what we can do. Is that the only thing that needs to be done? Just a septic?
Yeah.
Got it.
Once the septic's done, it's ready to go on the market.
Perfect. And you said you got that cash out refi and you're looking for another property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So you don't really need. Well, how much cash do you think you need for a down payment for your second house?
I'm thinking, 20% down. I'm thinking it's going to be like a $400,000 house, maybe 80 grand. Like it's probably what we need.
Okay. Got it. So now, do you need that currently, or do you already have that since you took out equity?
Yeah. We got that from doing the cash out refinance. So now we're just like, hey, what do we use this money for? Do we use it for the down payment on the new house, or do we use it for the septic? It's like, I don't know, we're kind of just in the middle.
Got it. So you can only do one. You can't do both, right?
Yeah, I don't think we'd have enough money for it.
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, I just want to leave here and go. Like if I could leave here tomorrow, if this contractor could freaking kick rocks today and I could have another house down somewhere near the Cape, I would go there ASAP.
Got it. Awesome, Mike. Yeah, we could potentially set you up with one of our deals. It's going to hit the market fairly soon. It'll be around that 400 range. So we could potentially it's in Plymouth, so we could potentially get you to give an offer. And if everything works out, I mean, I don't see what's stopping both of us from making a deal.
Boom. All right, good job, bro. So yeah, I'm happy as shit that you went down the road of getting the information, like why he needs the cash and what is he going to use the refinance cash for?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what's important here, right? Like if he plans on finishing the project and then doesn't have enough money to go put down on another house, he could be screwed. But if he has enough money to put down on a house right now, and we can just come in and take over the property subject to, then he's able to just take the cash and run and go get another house quick. Whether we get him a house or we have a real estate agent find him a house, doesn't matter. I could tell you, us finding him a house and us doing the deal of whatever is probably not going to happen. But we can have one of our agents go out there and find him a house, exactly what he's looking for. So essentially what we would do is we would take over his property as it sits, would give him even more money up front, and then we pay him overtime for the rest of his equity, which the rest of his equity compared to how much the house is worth really isn't much at the moment. So, and it sounds like he doesn't need the rest of his equity. He doesn't need that money. If he just did the cash out refinance and got a decent chunk of change.
Okay.
Figure out what his finances look like, and then we could have a second conversation. And then once you go down the road of what everything looks like, I can hop on the phone with the seller and talk to him about how the deal is structured and all that. But at least figure out the situation. Once you figure out the situation and you know that us doing a subject to deal is going to help him out, then I can have the conversation with him.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Good job. What else?
Let's see. So yeah, that's for like questions. That's basically all I had for today on that end.
Okay.
I have a call that we can go over.
All right. Why don't we go over any leads that you can foresee in the next like week or two that's going to close, and let's come up with a game plan.
Okay. The guy in Rhode Island that you went on an appointment with this week.
This week. Oh, you talked to him?
No, but I'm going to talk to him
figure out-
tomorrow. So just trying to figure out how I should go into it.
Okay. Refresh my memory. What was the last notes that I had on it?
We have a 115 novation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, does that remind you of anything?
Yeah.
And you want me to know what his thoughts were.
Mm-hmm. So just give him a call. He knows obviously who you are at this point. Give him a call and just say, hey, Mike gave me the notes and told me to reach out and see exactly what your thoughts are about everything. We have the construction crew pretty much ready. We're actually just finishing up with one coming soon, and we'll be free to do this thing fairly quick. And then instill some, what do I want to call it?
Scarcity?
Yeah, you could say scarcity, but make it seem like we need to do this thing quick because our contractors might go on another project.
Okay, urgency.
Urgency, yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let him know. Just be like, hey, Mike needs to know if we can do this project fairly soon because our contractors are going to be on another job, and he'd rather make sure that he has them set for this particular one. And they're finishing up with one coming here in the next week. So we just want to know if we're going to have to do this deal or not.
Okay.
When is the quick? First off, ask him if he has an answer for us tomorrow. And if he doesn't, ask him when is the soonest you could let us know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah. Did you give him a cash offer as well? You did, right?
Yeah, my cash offer. If you want to put in the notes, my cash offer was shit. Dang it.
Well, I'm assuming he didn't go for it.
No, he didn't. But anyways, I want to remember. Oh, it was 91,000.
Okay.
Put that in the notes because it's important for you to remember. I got to do a better job of putting that in the notes in case he wants to go back to that because he definitely potentially could.
Got it. Perfect.
Let's come up with a game plan for the guy you talked to today.
Oh, yes. What I'm thinking is He's doing that third party strategy of the lawyer. So I mean, I don't even know how to break that. You know what I mean? It's like he wants some legal professional to check over the contract because he does not want to get in trouble in any way. I'm not sure if it's the other wholesaler he talked to that kind of messed up his point of view.
At the end of the day, at the end of that conversation, he kind of had the upper hand.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So we got to get that upper hand back. How do we get the upper hand back? So what happened on the end of the conversation? He was like, essentially called you a bluff, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever, buddy. Like I know exactly what the heck you're doing."
Mm-hmm.
So what do I always say? What's the best route to go when you fuck up?
Man, I don't remember.
When you well think about it. When you mess something up, what's the best thing to do?
Like pin it on someone else? Like, my boss has to approve it or something like that?
No. When you personally mess up something, what is the best thing to do?
Are you talking about like in life? Because I was going to say
in life in general.
Apologize.
Okay, yeah, you fall on your own sword and you apologize for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can go back into the call and just apologize. Like, hey, I didn't mean any BS between the both of us yesterday. But as you can probably imagine, since you've been in the business for a while now, you can probably imagine sometimes it just gets frustrating when you have the team on your back and you have contracts that are just sitting here in limbo that we don't have answers to. I can assume you probably have dealt with the same things, and that's just why we're trying to get this thing done here. We're not trying to hard sell you or anything, but we're cool with you saying no to us. We just got to know and answer yes or no, because in between is killing our things right here, you know? And I can imagine that you feel the same way when you've done things in business yourself. That makes sense?
Yeah.
You made a face like, hell no, I'm not saying that.
No, I was just thinking about how I was going to go about it.
But does it make sense? Whatever way you go about it, bro, just fall on your own sword. I don't give a shit how you go about it. Just fall on your own sword and be like, yeah, my bad. That's not how I meant for it to perceive. I think I came off on the wrong foot. And then you had a call, right?
Yeah. Which one thing? One moment. Call.
Do you have a seller for me to call or what?
I'm thinking about this call. I'm not sure if I say the address in it. Let me mute real quick and see.
Okay. Yo, what up, IG? Chris. Let's get Chris up here, bro.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What up, dog?
What's happening?
How you doing, bro?
I'm just about to message in.
Welcome to the IG Live, dog.
Hey, what's going on? Everybody's been popping in and out. This is dope, though. You're just doing team calls?
Yeah, essentially, this is what we do every day. I hop on the phone with or on a call with my sales guy, and we just go over our deals that we're doing, updates, how do we get things over the edge, call calibrations, role plays, all that type of stuff.
Hey, these are the gems, though, that people need to see.
Yeah, bro. Everybody sees all the pretty stuff.
You don't exactly. You don't get this shit on YouTube.
Right.
You do not get this shit on YouTube. They tell you, just get a list from the city and do cold calls. They don't fill you in on what happens after those cold calls.
Right, exactly. I love that. So, dude, tell me about your business.
Man, we're doing some crazy stuff. So I've been in wholesaling for since 2018,
Okay.
and the last year I've kind of like not stopped, but I stopped my marketing and really kind of pushed things to the side because we're building a blockchain platform.
That's dope.
Transition. Yeah.
Okay.
Transition my company onto the blockchain.
Interesting. So you'll be wholesaling on the blockchain?
Yeah, bro. We've got a marketplace. There's actually our first deal, full tokenized deal. Everything it just went up on our marketplace. We just launched the beta last week.
Are you freaking kidding me?
No, I'm 100% serious. Check. So if you got time, chosenhomes.io.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Wait. Dude, that literally just gave me the chills. So you're going to be able to buy deals on the blockchain. Like buyers are going to go over to chosenhomes.io and see deals on the blockchain, and they're going to be able to submit offers.
Yeah. Not even
Shut the fuck up.
We're taking out the negotiation aspect of it. Like we're running titles, but these deals are like packaged up, ready to close.
Holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's next level.
Hey, the door is wide open. We're just getting started. So you're in the area, bro. I'd love to connect with you and bring you into the fold. If you're into that, the blockchain side of stuff, absolutely.
Yeah, dog. I want to sell one of my deals on your blockchain, bro.
Hell yeah. I got a flip in Lowell right now that's set to close on the 29th. And if you're down to partner on it, there's a huge spread on it, and like I could use the help because there's tenants in there that are a pain in the ass, and two, my hard money lender is just being a hard money lender, and he's just being difficult about it. Like even though the comps are clearly like up towards $5.99,
yeah,
he's telling me like, no, the best we can like look at is $5.25.
Yeah,
and
send it.
Like,
I'm not a buyer for it. I'd only buy somewhere closer to Brockton. But send me the details. I might be able to find you a buyer.
Hell yeah. I'll shoot you something. Hey, what's up, Ken? One of my boys, Ken, just jumped in.
Ken, what up, big dog? What was the website called again?
Chosenhomes.io.
Chosenhomes.io. That's fire, dog.
Yeah. To get access to the beta for the marketplace, you just have to have a Launchpad pass or a Flipper access pass.
Okay.
And right now the Launchpad passes, those are for like the wholesalers. Those are listed on the JPEG store. If you're familiar with JPEG store.
No, I'm not, but I could get familiar.
Yeah. And this like. So what we're doing with those Launchpad passes is like anybody that holds one, we do weekly calls where I do the same thing that you're doing right now, training people on how to do this the right way, like really filling people in on like the real shit, you know?
Yeah.
So step by step, and then we offer like discounted like direct mail. So we do handwritten direct mail to like very specific leads and stuff. So we offer discounts on all that stuff for Launchpad pass holders.
That's dope, dog. Yo, shoot me a DM. Send me your number. Let's stay in touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I'll let you get back to it, man. I appreciate you letting me in.
Appreciate you, dog.
Hey, we'll talk soon.
Good to meet you, bro. Peace. So, if you want to play the call.
Yes, sir. Let me know if you can hear it. It's playing right now.
Hello. Good morning. Am I speaking to Sally? You are. Sally, hello. This is Felipe. Hello. You spoke to someone on my team yesterday in regards to selling that property on Lake Street. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just wondering if you could talk about it real quick. I'm the underwriter. Okay. Yeah. So Karen on my team didn't give me much info. She said you're looking to sell it once your son moves out. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay. Can you kind of walk me through the property? What's going on in there?
Well, I live in another state, and I don't want to hang on to it anymore.
Okay. And how about the condition of the property?
I did forget to mention to her that there was 2 rotten windowsills, and I know that we had just replaced one, and that cost me $500 with a new window, so probably like $300 for just the sills. I did tell her that there was a tree that's inside the drain pipe, and I get that rooted every couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
There is a drain in the bathroom, but I think it's just a mechanism that you the lever.
Yep.
I think that's what I was told. It was just the lever. But I never checked it out. Let's see what else.
How about the kitchen and bathroom? Are they like updated?
There is no dishwasher. Brand new refrigerator. Stove. See, there was a stairwell right beside the kitchen, and we removed it and put it on the other side of the house. And we were gonna knock the wall down to make the kitchen bigger, but my husband got sick, and it never got done. But you can make the kitchen another, 3 or 4 feet bigger.
Okay, pause.
Yep.
What do we know up to right now? What was the biggest thing that she just said?
Husband got sick.
Love it. So as you're listening to her, we don't really care. I mean, we do, but it's not too important to understand the repairs, right? But Felipe, you're just doing it just to kind of break the ice.
Exactly.
With some higher level conversations. But now you just listened. Hey, she said something about there being a sick husband.
Yep.
Which allows you to mention it later on.
Let's see. There is some flooring down in the basement, but there is a couple rooms that probably need flooring. There is a office upstairs that I use, because there's 3 bedrooms down in the basement and a full bath.
Okay.
And a little basement area, a little like storage area where the heater is and stuff. There was a 2-bedroom house, and we converted it over to 5. There was 5 rooms, but I took a little bit of room and made the master bedroom a little bigger. So it's like a little office-like area. That floor needs to be done.
Okay. Well, it seems like it just needs a little bit of updating.
Yeah, just a little bit. There wasn't really much that I had to do to it.
No, nothing serious in repairs, like a roof or
No.
anything bad?
No. There is probably some caulking that needs to be done around some windows. But that's about it. Yeah.
Got it.
I moved out 12 years ago, so.
Oh, okay. Have you not seen the property since then?
Oh no, I've been down there in May.
Oh, okay. So I mean, does your son have a timeline when he's planning to move out?
What have you been doing with the property for the last 12 years?
What'd you say?
What have you been doing with the property for the last 12 years? Figure out the story of the whole entire, has she been renting it out? Has it just been vacant for 12 years? Go ahead.
No, she said her son lives there. I'm not sure if you caught it in the beginning.
Oh, okay. So the son lives there.
Yep.
And he's been living there for the past 12 years. And I mean, what's happening with the son now? Did you get that later?
Yeah, it comes in.
Okay.
you want me to speed it up a little bit?
Yeah, if you want to get through the fluff, like all
Yeah.
the-
She talks a lot about nonsense.
Is he even thinking about moving out?
Oh yes, he wants to move to New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
Got it. No, I'm just thinking because. So he wants
Before
to
you-
move. He
what's
wants
the ARV?
What was that? Harry?
Yeah, ARV.
I'm pretty sure off the top of my head was 330. She's asking 280.
Okay, where is it at?
It is in. Give me a second. Let me find this stuff. I'm just on the recording.
You have a hard stop at 6 too, right?
Yeah, I mean I can go for like 605.
Okay. Yeah, if you can get the ARV and then.
Here, I'll let it keep playing while I find this the file.
The reason why he just had made the leak yet.
Yeah, he's waiting for his stock to hit, so he can buy land up here with it.
Oh, okay. So he went. Okay, got it.
And that's gonna happen, fairly soon after everything. I don't know if you watch the stock market, but
Oh, I mean, I've been losing a lot of money in the stock market. I don't know how to play those games. Every time I put money in there, I just start losing. It goes red.
yeah, well, a lot of things are happening right today, so
So you said he's waiting for his stocks to go up to sell them?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Have you talked to a realtor at all about possibly listing it?
oh, I did talk to a realtor in I think May. I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind me asking, what was their opinion about the whole thing?
They said 183, and I would probably get more than that because at that time there was a house war. I know a lot's happening in 2 months.
What did she say? 183?
Yeah, she misspoke. It's 283.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, dang.
Yeah, I bring it up again. I'm like, 183?
The housing.
They said the property is worth 183.
No, 283.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the heck?
Right?
I was like, are we talking about the same house?
Right?
Okay, so 283. They said they could list it for that much?
Yeah.
Got it. The only thing I'm worried about is it's kind of hard to talk about numbers since we don't have a timeline and the market is slowly going down.
Right.
So like by then, once you're ready to sell, maybe the market's in, lower.
Well, something's gonna happen within a month. So
All right, so it's not the time frame isn't too long.
no,
Okay. Yeah, and you said you're looking to get around 280 then?
somewhere around there.
Okay. Have you ever thought about just renting it out once your son leaves?
No, I've thought about giving it to my daughter, but she's like, Mom, you don't really have to do that. You can just sell it. I'll be fine.
Good job talking about the market, bro.
Yeah.
I really liked how you went about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah, it's hard to talk about numbers right now since you're not really ready to sell. I mean, the market's drastically changing every single week. We see it going down and down and down every single week. Like I can't imagine how different our offer would be in the next month. So I don't really want to give you a hard offer until you're super, super ready to sell.
Okay.
Love
Yeah.
Where
Like
are you hoping somebody would land if somebody bought the house without you paying any realtor commissions or any of the closing costs or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Go on, keep going.
Yeah.
Got it. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am interested in this. The house sounds fine. I mean, other than just cosmetic work.
That's all it needs is cosmetic. A little bit of, plumbing, but nothing major.
Yeah, just basic updating.
Yeah.
Is there any particular reason why you're selling this?
Well, like I said, I live in New Hampshire, and once my son moves here, I have no ties to Rhode Island.
Oh, okay. So you just kind of want to get rid of it?
Bow out. Yes.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. It's kind of hard to maintain a property when you live far away.
Good job, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like what we have to do is potentially wait for your son to move out, or at least have some type of, move out date.
Okay.
To kind of get the numbers a little more right. I do know if you were to sell it with an agent at, you said 280, you probably net in your pocket when you pay the fees 257. Is that something you're going to walk away with?
I would have to think about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's if you sell for 280. If you sell for more, obviously you walk away with a little bit more.
Right.
But that's kind of the closing costs and the realtor fees.
Right. I know it's 5%.
Yep. Because we might be around there too. I'm not sure where we'll be, to be honest, without seeing it.
Right.
But we might be around there.
All right.
You said you have to think about it?
I do.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you have to think about? Do you need a specific amount of cash?
Well, that always helps.
A specific amount?
Yeah, what do you got to think about?
I said, do you need?
Yeah.
Good job, bro. Holy crap. This is a good call of yours.
Thank you.
A specific amount of cash?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's our best options here to work together. All right, Sally. Well, how about actually, when should I give you a call to get an update on the move out?
Call me at the end of the month.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Okay. Yeah, I'll create the end of the month and see where we're at.
Yes.
All right, Sally. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so how do you feel about the call?
I think I got, for the initial call, I think I collected enough information. Maybe I didn't get her bottom number, but I kind of told her where we might be at. She might have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's even honestly, it's even hard for me to give them a number, not knowing when they want to sell.
But did she say that she wanted to sell once the son moves out for sure?
Yes.
Okay, so what if we asked her, well, let me ask you, what do you think is something that we could do in the meantime while her son moves out?
Are you talking about possibly doing that agreement where we wait until he moves out?
Yeah, we could just post the close like way further out. Now it kind of goes against of what we said when we were trying to get numbers, right? Like when you said something along the lines of, like, hey, I really can't give you an offer now until you're ready because, the market can change in a month. It would go against that. So if we didn't say that, we could have said something along the lines of, well, hey, maybe before this. Well, hey, what if you came to an agreement with somebody today? That way, by the time your son moved out, you guys were ready to go and you were ready to close.
Yeah.
See, because there's definitely an agreement that we could put in place in the meantime.
Okay.
Have you thought about just listing it while he's still there? That way, once he leaves, it's not like a big process for you. It's not an extra like month or two. And then you can bring up the market. Because let's just think about this, Sally. If you wait until a month, if you wait for a month to go by and the market goes down a little bit, and then you have to list the property and it takes another 2 months to close, that's a whole 3-month span that you just waited for the market to tank. And the market is definitely tanking. The market could tank in 3 months, like 100%. So do you think it might be a good idea to find a buyer in place now? That way you could have peace of mind that somebody is closing on your property the day that your son leaves?
Yeah, I like that too. Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's one way you can go follow up and just say like, hey, use a third-party story of something that we've done in the past. Hey, Sally, something popped in my mind last night, just randomly as I was thinking about our call earlier yesterday. And I was thinking about this deal that we did and then talking about a deal where we put an agreement in place and we closed on it while the tenants were still we had an agreement in place while the tenants were there and closed on it after they left or something like that, right? Talk about some sort of third-party story.
Yep.
And then tell her like, I was thinking we could probably do that with you. And here's the thing. Here's why it popped to my head so much is because if Sally waits a whole month, right, and then tries to sell her house, it's going to take a whole nother 2 months for the property to close. And that's a whole 3-month span. Who knows in this type of market what can happen in 3 months? I think like whether it's going with us or going with a real estate agent or something like that, just what we're seeing in the market, we're in the weeds every day. The market is 100% changing. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just talking real life because we're in it.
Yep. Exactly.
But that's what I would do, bro, because we could potentially do innovation here, especially because it doesn't need too much work. And ARV is what?
It's like 330 conservative, 350.
Yeah, dog. Innovation all day.
Mm-hmm.
Innovation all day. So let them know that. What if we do something in the meantime to get you all paid by the time your son leaves? Don't you think that might be a good idea? Because who knows if you wait until he leaves? Because if you do that, the market could tank. Every single week that you wait, the market is going down and down and down. But I know you got to run, dude. Good freaking call, dog. Like that is one of the best calls that I've heard you do.
Thank you.
It was real ninja like.
Yeah, I figured out, I think like a few days ago, you just got to be nosy.
Yeah, dog.
You got to be nosy. And then once you start getting all that info, that's when you start actually learning what's going on with the situation.
Hell yeah, dog. You got to know the whole situation. But good job, brother.
All right. Thanks, Mike. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yo, we are going live every single day. Pretty much what you guys just watched, if you're watching through the whole entire thing, or maybe you're watching the replay or whatever. But we're going live every day. And it's me and my team, whether it's my sales guy or some of my virtual assistants or whatever. Usually it's just me and my sales guy going over deals and all that stuff. But essentially what we're doing is we're going over deals. We're listening to seller calls. We're trying to figure out how we get leads to the next step of selling. We're in the weeds. This is what happens on the day-to-day of our business. So we'll be doing this daily. Smash the like button if you're on YouTube. Repost this if you got some value. Do what you got to do. But I hope this brought value to you guys. Let me know if anybody has any questions. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at @TheMikeGomes. Let's connect, people.